Welcome to my views and news. Sunday's first video, first news story is about an article which was quoted by Ethiopian state media 2 days ago. 2 days ago, Ethiopian state media claimed that an Indian magazine had published an article ranking top democratic leaders in Africa, and PM Abiy was placed at number one. Some journalists contacted this magazine, Indian magazine. What is magazine's reply? Did the magazine publish such information? Secondly, viewers, Sheger city is being built by Oromia regional government around Addis Ababa. It's in Oromia, but this new city is going to encircle Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is already encircled by Oromia. It is in Oromia. And demolition of houses is an issue which is being raised by some residents of Sheger and some Amhara news sources too. Thirdly, viewers, a company which is involved in purchase of very expensive buses for Addis Ababa has donated money for the affectees of Borena drought. Firstly, viewers, 2 days ago, did a video on a news item. Ethiopian state media reported that an Indian magazine published an article about the most democratic leaders in Africa. Open magazine, Indian magazine is the name of the magazine, and state media shared screenshots, pictures of the article published by the Open magazine. And the article stated reasons for placing PM Abiy at number one. South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa was placed at number two. PM Abiy was highly praised for his democratic reforms, for building of GERD, for building of Ethiopia-Djibouti rail link, for building of industrial parks, for releasing of prisoners, for allocating positions for women, etc. And he was placed at number one. That Abiy is the most democratic leader in Africa. Some journalists contacted editor-in-chief of this magazine. His name is Parsana Rajan. The editor-in-chief has denied publishing any such information. Magazine editor-in-chief says it did not publish any article about democratic leaders in Africa. Now, some Ethiopian journalists are claiming that the news item, the news story shared by Ethiopian state media is false, because magazine is denying. Let's see, will now the government clarify? Will Ethiopian news agency issue a correction? Will wait? No correction so far. And fingers are being pointed towards Alamo Seme, newly appointed Minister of Transport and Logistics, that he is behind this story. He wants to prop up PM Abiy's image, his international standing. That is why this false information was shared. Let's see. I wonder why state media shared this false information, because anyone can dig out the facts. So we'll have to wait to see the other side of the story as well. Let's see what Ethiopian state media says. Will it apologize? Will it make correction? Will it stand by the a news story that remains to be seen. Secondly, viewers, Sheger city is being built around Addis Ababa. Last year, Oromia regional government announced to build a modern city around Addis Ababa. The city has six sub-cities: Sabita, Burayo, Legatafo, Ladidali, Shalulta, and Gilan. All these six cities are around Addis Ababa. Now, these six cities are now being made into one city, Sheger city, and the city will be administered from Addis Ababa. Main administration will be in Addis Ababa. Last year, when Oromia government announced this project, it was criticized by some residents of Addis Ababa, by some Amhara news sources. They said it was an attempt to engulf Addis Ababa. Oromia government was trying to modernize the areas around Addis Ababa to engulf Addis Ababa. But obviously, no one can deny the right of Oromia government to develop its cities, whether close to Addis Ababa or at a distance from Addis Ababa. Oromia government has this right to develop its cities. And now we are seeing that demolition of houses is underway in some parts of this Sheger city. Again, conflicting reporting. Oromia regional government says that those who have been in possession of land, state land, they are being evicted because they were holding illegal land. But other side says that all this campaign is to change demographic balance, that ethnic Amharas are being targeted, their localities are being targeted. Whatever happens in Addis Ababa takes an ethnic color. I don't know why it happens. People of Addis Ababa are less ethnic in terms of their politics than other regions and states, but ethnicity, war of ethnicity between Oromos and Amharas is gradually engulfing Addis Ababa as well, because there is lack of trust. Amharas believe that Oromia regional government wants to annex Addis Ababa. It has its eyes on Addis Ababa, while the other side has its position, some groups in Oromia, that Addis Ababa is part of Oromia and it will always remain part of Oromia. OLA's stated objective is Finfine, Addis Ababa. Demolition of houses underway. Oromia government says that it wants to build a modern city. That is why new projects will be launched in the city. Thirdly, was a company which purchased buses, very costly buses from China for Addis Ababa city, has donated money for the effects of Borena drought. Firstly, one clarification. Several viewers in comment section criticized me. They say, Sajid, you are neglecting drought in Borena. You are covering other developments. If you watch my videos, I spoke on drought in Borena last year when no one was talking about this drought. I covered what happened in Borena when it started. I started covering when drought was reported there. I remember. There are several videos on Borena, on Somali region. And 3 days ago, I did a video as well. So I am covering it, but people have suddenly woken up to this drought. Where were they in the last 1 year or so? Drought did not start yesterday. It started last year. This reporting should have been done with this diligence last year. Brighton Industries is an Ethiopian industrial group, and this group purchased buses from China. A few days ago, Addis Ababa mayor shared a post about the arrival of these buses in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa. But the buses have been purchased at a very high price, 3 times greater than their actual price. That is why we have seen several reports about alleged corruption in this project, though in this purchase, though Addis Ababa government is trying to defend this purchase. Government claims that it acquired dollars from black market, and buses are very modern. But we have compared these buses and very modern buses, no defense. Buses have been purchased definitely at a very expensive price. Now, this group, Brighton Industries, has donated money for Borena drought hit areas. 10 million Ethiopian birds have been donated. Is it a way of covering up their purchase of buses from China? Because that scandal is being that scandal is in the news, and everyone is talking about the need for investigation into the alleged corruption into buses purchase issue. So the company is now trying to play a humanitarian role as well by donating 10 million Ethiopian birds. But yes, it should be welcome if company has donated money for Borena drought areas. It should be welcome, appreciated. Having said that, investigation must be conducted into the purchase of those buses. What is the actual cost of the bus? How many dollars were acquired from black market? Why is it legal? And all aspects. And the company should be headed by some neutral investigators with integrity as their main characteristic. Thank you for watching.